Well, we're coming in here. I think we've established a secure connection. This is the Robo Producer, Noah Dingley from Bunker 2 in San Diego. So pleased that just moments ago, you didn't hear this as part of the conversation, just received a honorable promotion from Upside Down 6 himself. And I am second in command here of Unit 6. And so we are going to dive into some questions from the live sessions that you haven't got an answer to, because let's face it, there's a lot going on when it comes to these live sessions. They're great. And Six, thanks for doing the live sessions. I know the audience is very just ecstatic that you even put them on and that they feel a part of the core of the unit. So my hat's off to you.
You got a connection? Oh. Robo Producer, you there?
I'm here. Yes, we are.
There.
We are here. The connection's established.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's hard work. You know, with all this Dark Fate hate and everything flying over, and that, you know, it's the connection sometimes is shit.
It gets garbled because there's so much negativity. I hear you.
Exactly. So, Robo Producer, glad we've got a live connection. Officially second in command of Unit 6 all the way in San Diego. So, we had questions that were missed in live session 28 and 29. We're starting it from 28, 29. So, Robo Producer, let's take it.
Let's do it. And we're calling this second strike, obviously, because this is a second chance for you to get your questions answered. And more than likely, if they're good questions, and most of them are, we're going to give you a response here. So this one comes from 28, live session 28. The Rusty Wizard says, hi, Upside Down 6. What do you think of the cinematography of the newest footage? And there's been a lot of it lately, and I'm looking forward to more. The lighting looked astonishing.
Yeah. So if we're going off the newest footage, which was from live session 28, which was about a week ago.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it's looking sweet. But I think what people are having an issue with, you know, lighting wise, is Gabrielle Luna's face, the Rev 9, and but then I've heard a good theory, right? And yes, I agree that the lighting looks brilliant, the CGI is looking amazing. You know, the split-second stuff that's being slowed down by these hate channels isn't meant to be seen in a split second. But the lighting, I think, that people are on about, which is on Gabrielle Luna's face, the Rev 9, is, think about it this way, right? A T800 is mimicking a human, yeah, but these Rev units and the T1000 units, they are not 100% perfect, able to mimic skin. You get me? And I think that's a purposeful mistake, if you get me.
Yeah, it's almost like that's their one little, I wouldn't call it a weakness, but it's kind of like their one singular flaw that they don't do quite as well.
Exactly, yeah. The chameleon just doesn't do it quite right. You get me?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that answers that question. And again, and a lot of this, it's not completely finished. So whether you're talking CG or whether you're talking lighting, they're still going to be tweaking this in, you know, the final moments leading up to that a release date coming in November, or I think other parts of the world just a couple of days before.
Yeah, well, Marvel, they do movies and they tweak things, and the release, the get back in the studio and do stuff a week before the movie's going out to be the mega blockbuster. So all this is a possibility, you know what I mean? And the CGI getting tweaked is, you know, it's easy to do a last minute thing, especially in the digital age we live in. So,
oh, sure. And they want it perfect. You know, they want it to be the best film that they can be, especially having this be the legitimate sequel to T2. They don't want to get it wrong. And I think that's where a lot of the haters, like, it really baffles my mind. Is like they think they're purposefully making a bad movie. Why would they do that? They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to make sure this is a good fan for the good movie, for the Terminator fans out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I mean. So test the screens, test the fans. You know, oh, this is fan service. Of course, it's fan service. It's fan service. That's what the fans want. You know, they'd be going mental if they weren't serving us as fans, wouldn't they? So these haters, it's pure hatred for the sake of hating. They've hated from day one, and now they've got to stick their big chest out bravado and stick their guns. You know what I mean? And I find that, you know, I don't want to be offensive to people, but they're not scared of being offensive themselves. So I find it sad.
It's sad. It's very sad. Well, let's get on to the next question because I want to make sure we do get a lot of these covered. So it says from Nightmare Eternal, Grace said Terminator, does that mean so Nightmare Eternal, Grace said Terminator, does this mean she might be aware of other timelines because she's calling them Terminators? I've been mulling this around in my brain. What do you think?
Yeah, she stood in front of the truck, isn't she? And she says it's the deadliest Terminator ever made, and that had me thinking as well. And I was thinking, actually, she doesn't know who Sarah Connor is. Apparently, anyway, this is another thing. I think there's misdirection in the editing. So when we got the first trailer, there was, you know, a lot of it. If you listen to from the first trailer to the trailers now, you can hear a lot of choppy cut audio directing. And I think Terminators are Terminators, even though these are Rev units. I think they're only called Rev units because the humans have changed the name of them, you know, from the evolution of whatever, like, because Terminators in the first Terminator movies, Skynet doesn't call its machines Terminators, humans call them Terminators.
Humans do, yeah, exactly. This next one is really, it's a short question, but it gets you to think. I like it. I actually don't even know if I have an answer for it yet. I'll be interested to know what you think. Maybe as you give your answer, I'll have something in my head. Spaceport has the questions. Whose fate is dark?
Tell you what, I'll let you answer
that. Well, off the top of my head, because of the conspicuous absence of John Connor, and we all know, you know, what they may or may not be doing. I'm expecting the John Connor cameo towards the end of the film, still the leader of the resistance. I'm going to say humanity overall, but I'm going to say specifically John Connor. I think we're going to be led to believe that John Connor met his demise, and now if things don't go well, there is no leader of the resistance.
Okay, so this is where I'll disagree with it at that, and not in a bad sense, but I think it's Sarah Connor's dark fate that we will get a John Connor at the end, leader of the resistance. I don't think Danny Ramos is as important as made out. I think she's very important. I think she's creator of the technology that Grace embodies, but I think it's Sarah Connor's dark fate, and she's, you know, all the way through her life existence, Terminator hunter, yeah, but she's been led to believe that her son is dead, but eventually it comes to pass, or time changes or something like that, because we've got that clip now with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the T-800, saying, I'm going to help you change the future. So I think it's Sarah Connor leading a dark fate. She believes life is dark. The fate is fucking doomed. Sorry for swearing, but, you know, and yeah, I think it's Sarah Connor's dark fate.
I can see that.
John Connor will appear at the end.
Especially if John's going to be supposedly wiped from existence. I mean, that's going to turn her down an even darker path than the last time we saw her in Terminator 2.
Well, she's not going to care now, is she? She's probably going to think, well, you know, these Terminators, I'm going to get revenge on these goddamn machines. If I can't get revenge on anyone or anything, I'm going to get revenge on at least something, which is the termination units. And especially if she's been given a way to get revenge, this is the way. So it's her dark fate. I hope she survives at the end.
I do too.
But I think we're going to get John Connor leading us into T7.
Well, especially, I think that's what really a lot of fans want to see. Even if it's just for a brief moment, they want to see John and his mother, Sarah, reunited.
Yeah, that soppy as fuck, innit, but reunited. It'd be good.
Yeah. Next question here on the Robo Producer and Upside Down 6 collaboration called Second Strike comes from Andreas I can't even pronounce the last name, so let's spell it out. Eklundh. Sorry, man. He says, I hope Arnold will burn his skin totally off in the end, and only the endoskeleton will remain. And he's going to be seen standing right next to Sarah Connor. I know in the few clips we've seen, Sarah wants to kill him. I think in my mind that's going to change, and I think that would be so badass if that happened.
Mm-hmm. It would look cool, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would.
A endoskeleton that she was trying to escape from in Terminator 1, then stood next to her in Terminator Dark Fate as a, coalition, as what do you call it? Bodyguard or whatever. You know what I mean? The thing she was trying to get away from, what she say at the end of Terminator 1, you terminated, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she's like teamed up with him. We're not machines, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because that's what she says. That's what's in it. It's an R-rated movie, so we'll say it as it is.
That's right. We're just taking it for what is actually in the movie. And wow, can't believe it's already been so many years. 1984 in that film. I watched it the other night, man. It holds up.
Oh, God damn. The only thing that doesn't hold up in my partner's eyes, not mine, my wife, Leanne, is, and she's a regular little voiceover in my show, as people that know. But is she couldn't handle the background music. But apart from that, it holds up because obviously it's 80s music, isn't it? So it's a totally different era.
Oh man, I'm a child of the 80s. I love all that stuff.
But yeah, endoskeleton, T800 next to Sarah Connor, burnt off skin, or the whole thing, going against the Rev 9. Well, yeah, that'd be epic, wouldn't it? It'd look brilliant.
It would look awesome. Right here, it's Second Strike. It's Upside Down 6 and your Robo Producer. Let's get into another question missed in live session 20.
I'm in charge here.
Oh, that's right. Oh, sorry. I'm overstepping my bounds. I'm only second in command. Sorry about that.
I'm in charge here, mofo.
That's right.
I'm trying to sound really authoritarian here, right?
Yeah, okay. Deepen your voice. There you go.
We'll dub this out, honest, yeah? This is Second Strike. This is the place to be if you want your questions heard that got missed in 28 and 29 and 30 and 30, whatever. Fuck it. Second Strike with Robo Producer and Upside Down 6.
It was said so much better when you said it from the first command post. Oh, I love that.
That's it from Bunker 1, Bunker 2. This is how it is. Anyway, sorry, man. Yeah, question.
Oh, that's okay. Bunker 2 is throwing the question at you that comes from the one. Do you have an idea what opening title sequence we might get? I'm actually hoping for something super close to the original myself.
What, panning skulls?
The ominous Terminator theme, the slow scrolling and the backward mirror effect on the lettering as the cast kind of pops up, and then it just pans out to say Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, right. I thought, what, opening scene or sequence?
No, the opening title.
Oh, title, right. Yeah, see, that's something that's well out of my depth. I honestly don't know, and I apologise for not knowing that, but you answered that perfectly for me, because I was thinking, what would it look like at the beginning? Would it be like panning over the skulls like Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Or the Dark Fate trailer where the T-800s are coming out of the ocean, that kind of thing. But yeah, God knows what the lettering and that's going to be like.
I think if they get it close to the original, and I like the original more than T2, but if they get it to have that kind of nostalgic feel like we've talked about with so many of the other things that might happen with this film, I think that's going to be nothing but great for it.
Yeah. I believe that anything will be cool. I like it all. I always did wonder, and no, I always hated actually the way that Terminator 2's opening sequence dragged on. In all fairness, with the fire and that.
Yeah.
How it just went on and on and on, because I always wanted it to get straight into the film.
I thought it was a little much.
Yeah, when the grill of the truck slams together, clong, and then it starts, and then we get the T-800 arriving. That's one gripe I had with it, is the opening sequence was too long.
Maybe about half as long as that's what I would have done.
Yeah, and you got to appreciate, I suppose, that they need to get back in the day anyway, in 1991, that they had to credit everyone that was involved and whatever. So yeah.
Next one comes from Cinematic Pictures, and this one I don't know, so maybe you've seen this. I saw Edward Furlong in some TV spot for Terminator Dark Fate, and I'm wondering if that was fake or not. Have you seen this, Six?
It's fake.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, there's a TV spot which was edited by someone that I put on my channel, actually, and then it right at the end of the TV spot, you see Edward Furlong looking up, and that's Edward Furlong. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not going to try and remember. Off the top of my head is a film from 2007, sorry, that Edward Furlong was in, and it's just someone put it together for a laugh, and yeah, just to get a reaction. It's one of them Reddit things, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 100% fake.